Kips Clips.
Alrighty YouTube, another one of Kips Clips. So a lot of people would tuned into Max Egan's response on Ken O'Keefe and Zen Gardner after he said he wouldn't respond anymore and stuff, but as the merry-go-round turns, everybody likes the right to respond and whatnot. So I think it's only fair that we play a wee bit of devil's advocate, like Richie Allen should have done in the first place, and obviously Max can't reply to my questions. I'd love to interview these guys, man, but it wouldn't happen. I don't think any of them would come near me, to be honest. But anyway, so there's a few bits and bobs in this I want to pick up on. I've made a few wee notes and stuff, so let's get on with it. Let's play devil's advocate with the Max Egan on Zen Gardner, Ken O'Keefe debacle, and let's do what Richie Allen didn't. Dirt a hen a turd, scratch beneath the circus, and play devil's advocate.
Well folks, what a mess things are today.
I'm meditating in the forest, look at me out in nature. Anyway, sorry, and again, this isn't, I don't know, I'm just doing what I'm doing, man. I'm doing what I would be doing whether the camera was on or off if I was sitting around with my mates, and saying what I see. So, first of all, like, hold on, I've actually got a wee bit of this stuff to go through, because this is beautiful. If you do analyse this stuff, I don't know, I'm really looking forward to this. Anyway, let's go on, mate.
There's people putting out videos, you know, Max on Zen Gardner, as if they actually know what my opinion on the Zen Gardner issue is. Of course, they've got this opinion from one post I made on Facebook when I said, well, looking at the Zen Gardner issue, there are two possibilities. Who knows which one it is? I think we need to have some sort of rational, calm investigation before we go out and have a lynching. In fact, you know, I think we need a trial.
A calm investigation? It's truth enders, mate. It's I says it, he says that, you say it. You'll never get to the bottom of it. Investigate what? Just don't listen to people on pedestals, but you go into that. But anyway.
Before any lynching in any case of anyone accused of anything. We need to have questions asked, and we need to have, you know, rational answers to the.
And we do need to have questions asked. I'm glad you say that, because there is questions that I feel have to be asked about your involvement in this Ken O'Keefe thing, which nobody seems to be asking you, but you want to ask questions of Zen Gardner. And can I just say, I don't know nothing about Zen Gardner, nothing. I'm not defending him, I'm not putting him down. I don't know nothing about the whole thing, so I can't even comment on it.
These questions, and that's what I suggested, basically, that, you know, you need to have a trial before you're lynched. And if you're accused of anything, I'm sure you would like to have a trial before you're lynched. And I think the Zen Gardner does the same.
So there you see, like, the applied psychology of him talking about Zen Gardner, but he's implying people should treat him the same way, which is, I actually agree with him. People should suck in all the information, all different opinions from all points of view, mine included. Don't agree with me, but maybe consider a different point of view, and then come to your own conclusion. Now, you don't need to sit down in a court of law and go, I've got the documents to prove. Just make your opinion up, whether you trust these people or whether you would rather go and get your information from elsewhere. Whether you need to engage in the truther industrial complex to get the same regurgitated information that's everywhere.
You know, having said that, Zen does have a lot of questions to answer, and I'd like to see him answer these questions. I'd like to see him being given a chance to answer these questions. You know, Zen has questions to answer, such as, you know, what was your position in
right, and then he goes into
the children of God?
In the children of God and paedophilia and fucking PR stuff and all that, man. I'll need to look into that at some point, but right now, I ain't found the time. So, he goes on to talk about the Zen Gardner thing. The reason I wanted to touch on that there is because he then goes down to indicate people shouldn't be sort of asking questions of him, even though he's quite happy to sit there and ask questions of Zen Gardner. Now and again, I've never met Max Egan, I've never flown to London. Anyway, we'll get into this. Right, so let's get to the next one. 410, no gurus. Well said, Max, no gurus.
I think that is something that people should question, folks, because there are no gurus in any of this. This whole thing is about people's own path through life and about finding out what the truth is. So having said that, the position that I've taken with Ken O'Keefe, I want to really try to explain this to people, why I did the things that I did and why I did it in the way that I did. When the World Citizen Initiative first started, Ken put forth this idea he had that he wanted to see if we could create some sort of lawful contract that would provide a legal means or a lawful means to
a legal means or a lawful means
prevent us from being able to fund war. So we'll be able to withhold.
That would prevent us to be able to stop funding war. And please go and listen to this in its whole entirety, because if you listen to the full video, you might not even get through all my analysis of it. But throughout this whole video, he then caveats himself with knowing that the law is an arse. You can't win in their court. So that was the initial idea, to create a lawful or legal contract. Either or is good with me, because none of them stands up in court. So, excuse me, Mr. Government, can I please stop paying taxes? Ah, no worries, slave. No problem at all. And Max Igan sitting up there expecting me to believe that he was, that there was that he wasn't questioning this from the get-go. But anyway, and again, anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if somebody comes up to me and go, aye, let's start a crowd sort of funder. Aye, mate, no worries, let's do it, man. What are we going to do? The £50,000 to go and investigate a alien base in Argentina? No, we're going to get hundreds of money together, start a legal or lawful contract to get us out of paying tax. Yeah, no. And we'll get to this later.
Hold our taxes from government and say, okay, well, you can't make us pay taxes because we're contractually obligated to not fund any organisation that's funding war.
We're contractually obligated, listen to us.
And you're funding war and waging war, so we're contractually obligated not to pay you any tax. You know, theoretically this could work because there's no real contract that exists between you and government that's valid, because
we're contracted, but there is no real contract that is valid. Now, so this guy has actually went down this route, and he knows that it's a game, it's a trick, it's a scam, it is a rabbit hole. You will never find remedy in a courtroom. Look at all the revolutions in the past that have went, hey, let's go into court and ask the government to free our slaves. Worked well in the French Revolution, worked well in the American Revolution, just to mention a couple. And this guy talks about, I don't know, I'm pretty sure the guy talks about history and a lot of stuff. He sounds pretty clued up. But hey, sorry, Ken. Right now, let's go to 5:30, just after that. Because these are the questions I think you should be asking, answering, Max, and you're not. You talk a lot about finding this out, and then you try and retract the statement that you're trying to retract from the suspecting Ken O'Keefe of being co-Intel words out your mouth, and then you go on like, catchphrase, this is the buzzword of the week, shell, because everybody's calling you a shell. But it's alright for you to bounce on and call, and I'm not defending Ken O'Keefe, both of them are in cahoots of this pyramid scheme. Anyway, right, so 5:30, let's listen to this. So, so he's talking about the contract. The initial idea was get a legal or lawful contract to try and get us out of paying tax for funding war. Right? Now, again, like this went, even fucking Keefo Allen, even Richie Allen, Richie touched on this and said that it's been tried before and failed. You will find no remedy in the courtroom. Nobody ever has and will. They'll suck you in, make you learn 10 million books, and then when you've mastered the 10 million books, they'll write a new one that you need to go and master until the next court case. It's a scam. It is.
And it's going to be different in other countries. So you've got to set it up so it's going to work all around the world. Can this be done? Obviously, this is going to cost a lot of money to see if this can be done.
Obviously, it's going to cost a lot of money to see if we can get one lawyer's opinion to see if this can get done in a court of law. I don't know about yous. I don't like lawyers. They are liars and part of the system. And they are not going to allow you to escape from the system, but they will, but they will stand in front of you and tell you, grey, coulda, woulda, maybe, up to, lots of ambiguous legalese shit that you can take into a courtroom and then get shut down after you've paid them thousands of pounds for their legal opinion, and then for it to get kicked out of court and then go, oh well, we tried. Like, but fair dues, even if, anyway. So, of course, so he's talking about the legal contract and stuff, and of course, Max, of course you're going to need lots of money. Oh shit. I still fucked that up. Let's just listen to this. Fucking. It's the Illuminati!
And you're funding war and waging war, so we're contractually obligated not to pay you any tax. You know, theoretically this could work because there's no real contract that exists between you and government that's valid because there's never been any full disclosure. So by setting something like this up, you could conceivably get one person to challenge the system and actually succeed and set a legal precedent.
Up to coulda, woulda, shoulda, maybe, I've got a theory, and of course we're going to need tons of money to set this up.
And that could actually work. But of course it's complicated because you've got to do this state by state. It's going to be different in the United States and it's going to be different in other countries. So you've got to set it up so it's going to work all around the world. Can this be done? Obviously this is going to cost a lot of money to see if this can be done. So yeah, Ken said, well, let's see if we can do it. So we set up the fundraiser. Well, he set up the fundraiser and
we set up the fundraiser. Well, he set up the fundraiser. Now listen closely.
Supported it because I thought that's what it was about. A lot of people supported it because that's what it was about. So the concept was to set up this website, run the fundraiser, see if this could be done, get the legal work happening to see if it could be done.
Mr. Nunker, get the legal work done and see if it could get done. Is nobody listening to this scam? And then even later on he does disclose what it was all about, what the end goal was.
So this was
the get out of jail free card of the pyramid scheme.
Was done, and then we get to Acapulco, and
we get to Acapulco, living the vida loco in Acapulco. Yes, we set up the fundraiser, and next thing I know, we're in Acapulco. But don't worry, Max is just a lonely, skint, wee guitar player.
I asked Ken, well, what's going on? And he says, well, I've spent $4,000, and it doesn't look like there's a way of really doing this.
Yes, Ken, what's going on? You enjoyed the party in Acapulco? You know, it'd be different if you said, aye, I met Ken in Easterhouse. Aye, I met Ken down in, I don't know, a slum in London or something. But nah, these guys seem to meet up in the fucking loveliest places in the planet for some bizarre reason. Living the vida loco in Acapulco.
But then he says, but it doesn't matter. We can do it. We can get the numbers. We can do it anyway. And I'm going, well, hang on. If it can't be done legally...
Right, so he's in Acapulco, and he's saying, it can't be done legally. Listen to this, he's in Acapulco, and he's saying to Ken, this can't be done legally. He's indicating he's aware that this is bullcrap, because they've had something off a lawyer that says, no.
Well, yeah.
Because he spent £4,000 on a lawyer. £4,000 of what, 100,000 pounds?
We can do it anyway, we can get the numbers, but we don't need money to do that. We don't need to be selling people a certificate for $1, which is what you want to do. Why do you need to be selling people a certificate for $1 if all you need is numbers? Because the money's just going to get in the way, it's going to confuse people, and if there's no legal ramifications or no legal standing to the document, then why do you need the money? Well, what are these people going to be defending?
And why are you so confused when this, to your own admission, Max, you're aware of what's going on and you're sitting in Acapulco? I don't know, were you feeding the homeless? Were you begging for, were you busking for your fucking bus fare home? I don't think so.
There's no legal defence in the document, you're doing it by pure numbers. You don't need any money involved, so what's the fundraiser for? And I didn't...
Yeah, Ken! What's the fundraiser for? You've spent £4,000 on a lawyer to tell us it's not going to work, and I'm sitting with you here in Acapulco, and I can't figure out what the fundraiser's for. Yeah, Max Egan, I'm going to set you free. I understand how the system works and the world works. But I'm sitting in Acapulco, and I can't figure out why Ken O'Keefe is running a fundraiser for some bullcrap that I know ain't working. But hey, he's my friend, so I'm just going to sit on the gravy train for a bit longer and keep going with it.
I really see Ken for the rest of the whole time that he was in Acapulco.
Yeah, I was just slumming it in Acapulco.
And after that, the team's coming to me and they're complaining. They're saying, well, you know, he wants me to set up this website to launch the project, and we don't know what the project is. Nobody
The team's complaining that he wants to set up a website,
knows what the
but they don't know what the project is, but they want him to set up a website. Something doesn't ring true about that.
project is, because obviously it's not what it was supposed to be, because what it was supposed to be was seeing if this could be done. And now I'm being told that it doesn't look like it can legally be done. So, okay, what's the fundraiser for? Why aren't you just giving the rest of the money back and saying, well, it can't be done legally, but if we get the number...
What's the fundraiser for? Max, see the money that probably paid for your fucking... As you go on to admit, you never took any pay, but everybody that flies you around the world gets your plane ticket and stuff. So that's what the money is for. Are you that stupid? Do you think people were that stupid, Max?
...numbers, we can do it anyway. At that point, if you actually gave the money back, you would have everyone go...
And you've probably still not explained why you need to fly around the world and do things that you could probably do on a YouTube clip, and why you're in Acapulco to get legal advice, which there's a lawyer in every country, but this is a special lawyer in Acapulco, I suppose.
Wow, this guy is totally on the level. He really wants to do this, and you'd get millions of people signing up, you know. But he didn't want to do that.
And this guy comes across and says, hey man, peace and light, motherfuckers. I would never harm a fly, man. But then he goes on to caveat, and you see the actual fucking anger and meanness coming out in this guy. These people are not what they purport to be. It's like Kev Baker, man. He told, hello everybody, this is my radio persona. I don't say fuck country bugger. And then behind your back he's calling you all sorts of stuff and acting like a wee scumbag. Do not, I don't know, always question it. Like, even though you've watched 100 hours of their YouTube clips, sometimes people aren't what they are on the YouTube. And I think it's become very apparent that Max Igan isn't, and Ken O'Keefe aren't. They're both angry men who say who want peace and light and meditation and shit, and then come out gunslinging when the shit hits the fan, when they both get caught out in a scam.
I'm meeting another guy there, a guy called Ken Cousins, who says he's done the legal work and he's back engineered every legal system in every country, so he knows how it works. So I'm saying to Ken, well, why don't you guys get together, because he's got all the goods you need to be able to make this work in every country. But Ken didn't even want to talk to him. Nobody wanted to talk to each other, and we couldn't get hold of him. And this has gone on for months and months, and it's going on
Yeah, I'm living in Acapulco for months and months and months. Can't get a hold of Ken, and I don't know what all this money's for. Yeah, I'm living on the streets in Acapulco for months and months and months. There's some questions that have to be asked about the Perrys, which nobody's got the balls to ask.
Team's freaking out, and they're asking me. So I'm sort of thinking, well, what's going on here? So I'm starting to approach Ken, and I'm saying, well, this...
I'm starting to think what's going on here, even though earlier on in the timeline I said that we had the legal opinion that says it can't be done, and I'm questioning what's all the money for. But now I'm saying, well, what's going on here? As a couple of months has passed, as I'm staying in Acapulco on the gravy train as well. Oh, another martini, Jeeves. Oh, Ken, please, what's happening with all this? Ah, beautiful. What's happening with all this money, Ken?
This is getting really dodgy. Things are looking really bad, and a lot of people have recommended on my say-so. So,
yeah, a couple of months in Acapulco, not speaking to somebody, and I'm beginning to think it's a bit dodgy. After I already said I had a legal opinion to get a legal and lawful contract to set us free, even though a legal and lawful contract just sounds the most stupidest thing to believe in the fucking planet for anybody that knows. The legal system's a scam! Every country, everywhere, the bar is pretty much the head of the snake. They can imprison everybody apart from themselves, because nobody is above the law, apart from me, because I don't obey no man's law. Oh, hold on. You obey man's law? I'm going to write down. You must obey me. Hey, it's real. I've got a funny costume. Obey me. All hear me. Sorry, let's get back on with the bullshit.
Where is this going? What is the mission? Nobody knows what the mission is. You've gathered all this money. Now we've discovered that the original plan of this...
And sitting 2 months scratching my baldy nut in Acapulco. I couldn't figure out what he's done with all this money. What's the mission, Ken?
Legal document or this lawful standing to prevent
A legal document or lawful standing?
us funding war isn't going to happen. So what is the mission? What are we supporting? All our faces are out there, our names are out there supporting this.
And when did this happen, Max? Was this before or after your couple of months in Acapulco? Because I'd love to get nailed this time round down. Like, you know, like Itchy Richie Allen managed to do.
Project, and none of us now know what we are supporting. So I'm trying to get answers from him, and I'm not getting any answers. And then the team is basically freaking out, saying they want to go public, and I'm saying, well, hang on a minute, this is my friend.
Hang on a minute. I've not finished my holiday yet. I've had a couple of months in Acapulco trying to get questions that I can't get answers for once I found out there wasn't a legal stand-in for the legal and lawful contract that I wanted to make this thing all materialise. But 2 months in, I've not enjoyed the Acapulco lifestyle well enough yet. Let's just keep it quiet for a wee bit, please.
I want to give this guy every opportunity to do the right thing.
Yeah, I want this guy to give this guy every opportunity to manifest something out his arse. Something which I've already said that I know isn't going to happen. Max, come on, you're not making sense, mate. None of this is making sense. And if it don't make sense, it's usually a pile of shite.
So I meet him in Philadelphia and we end up having...
Yes, I know, Ken, what's happening with all this money? Yes, I'm just a lonely guitar player. I'm skint. I have no income or career. And I fly to Philadelphia from going for Acapulco. He doesn't even hear himself.
Basically a screaming match with each other. And folks, I've been travelling for 59 hours. I've been awake. I've been travelling for 46 hours. Ken's giving me all this legal stuff and I'm going, okay, well, you got some idea. Just deliver the goods and I'll keep the team off your back. Just deliver the goods and let's see where we're going with all this. Let's see what you've got.
Yeah, I had to fly to another country to see if he pulled a different legal opinion out his arse. Because they'd already said at the beginning of Acapulco that he'd already paid $4,000 for a lawyer's opinion that said she's fucked. I mean, listen to these people, months in, hundreds of thousands of dollars, sitting in a high interest account. Oh, Ken, what are you doing with all the money? Bring me another martini, Jeeves.
Because we need to have something that's actually going to work, not just some pipe dream, you know. And then the next thing I know, I get the subversion report in the mail. And I look at this and I think, okay, well, what...
After fighting with him in Philadelphia, Ken O'Keefe fires the first punch in the fallout of the Ponzi scheme we have set up. He writes a threatening email trying to hush me and tell me to keep quiet, and then I go public and spill it and spin it this way that I am.
Is this? Now I'm being accused of subverting the mission because I'm asking questions and the mission just isn't what it appears to be. So this makes me question everything that I've ever done with Ken.
I thought you'd already come to this conclusion before Philadelphia, at the beginning of Acapulco, when he apparently paid $4,000 for a lawyer's opinion that said you had no legal basis, but you were just listening to Ken rant about lawful stuff, which later on you go to confirm you'd went down that rabbit hole before and understood it was a pile of shite. So what you're saying, Max, isn't making sense, and it sounds like a pile of crap to me, because it doesn't sound like you're coming from a consistent place.
I started really looking at this and I started really questioning my whole
And I'm really starting looking at this
relationship with this guy. And the team's there and they're saying, well, what do we do now? And I'm saying, well, Ken's saying he's going to release this subversion report. He's told me to prepare my strategy of lies because he's going to release this report. And then he says, and if I hear one whiff, then I'll release it. So I'm going.
So there you go. There's the blackmail between the two scammers and them trying to get it on paper so they've got screenshots to show, I've got the documents! And tube enders, you know what I mean? When it's just basically a couple of internet charlatans getting caught up in their scam and trying to get their wee gravy train going. Anyway, I'm going to try and skip ahead here. I'll leave a link for this. Go and listen to its all entirety. I'm not trying to take anything out of context. I just have be here all day picking up on everything. But 1440 I want to go to. And this is when we can ask some questions.
A lot of people are about to be burnt, and I've got no explanations from you, I've got no explanations from anybody. So all you people out there who are accusing me of this and accusing me of that, whatever, you know, I don't really care. Whatever you accuse me of, whatever gets you off, work.
This isn't getting me off, this is just kind of analysing the so-called alternative media, looking at the big players in them, looking at joining the dots, you know, the same way we do with the mainstream media. Like, there's 10 channels, but they're all operating from one singularity. Kind of analysing the so-called alternative media, maybe the truthier industrial complex, like we analyse the mainstream media. Because who's watching the watchers? Who's been sceptic about the skeptics? One thing I'm sure you can take away from this whole thing by watching both how Max and Ken and Itchy Richie Allen have acted, they're not what they purport to be. There's a lot of undercurrent stuff that it's like listening to politicians slag each other. They've got so much shit they could say, but they're not saying it, but they're pushing it just because they don't want to pull the blanket away from everybody. This is applied psychology to try and... Anyway, this is listening to the applied psychology.
Your way through it, I don't know. But you see all these red flags that I saw up to this point, and you tell me, what would you have done?
Well, what I would have done is if I went to Gaza with somebody and I went under a tunnel and like they were shouting at Hamas and I thought they were COINTELPRO in 2012, I wouldn't have been flying around the world with them, backing up the world citizen shit, fucking bullcrap, asking people to give $1, then $12, and hey, I don't know what's happening with the money, man. Give me another martini. I would have probably spoke to some of my close friends, or possibly even, as bizarre as it sounds, made a YouTube video going, probably not support this guy. It sounds like a bit of a Ponzi scheme. I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen what's going on. But nah, it took you a couple of months in Acapulco, a couple of months after the legal opinion that it was a bunch of bullcrap. But anyway, sorry, what would you do, Max? I would have done everything different for you, mate.
What would you have done at this point?
Made a YouTube video saying, I suspect this guy, don't give him your money. Or even just speak directly to the people like that, don't give him your money.
You know, when I can see the damage that this could do, what would you have done?
Yes, it's going to do damage, so I'm just going to sweep it under the rug and hopefully the people that get conned out their money don't get damaged.
I didn't think that I had any other choice. What am I going to do, go to the police? Why
would you go to the police, make a fucking YouTube video going, I think Ken O'Keefe's doing a Ponzi scheme?
Go to the police. I speak out about these people all the time. What's this going to do?
These people, what would these be the people that you wanted a legal and lawful contract to fucking free you for the income tax? These people, but let's go and ask them for permission to set us free, because that sounds doable.
Up in legal red tape. It's rubbish. That's happened with every...
Legal red tape, but hey, let's try and get a lethal and lawful contract. We need hundreds of... This is his own words. Of course you need lots of money for that, to try and get a legal and lawful contract. And then he's talking about, but they go to the police with these people, with legal red tape. There's no consistency of thought here. Bullshit.
Every other fundraiser Ken's done, and look at him now, he's still doing it. You know, and for him to turn on me the way he did, I don't know, this guy was my friend. And why did I wait so long? Because he's my friend.
Yes. I'm always friends with people that I know are doing Ponzi schemes and have turned on me like that.
You know, I'm an empath, folks. I really feel for people and I really care about people. And what I did coming out with what I said about Ken is one of the hardest things, possibly the hardest.
If you were empathetic, you would have had more sympathy for the vast numbers of people that were donating to the Ponzi scheme once you knew it was a Ponzi scheme, rather than one individual, Ken O'Keefe, who you knew, or apparently according to you, you knew was setting up a pyramid scheme. If you were empathetic, if you had, that's how my empathy works. You know what I mean? Is that crazy to add some logic to this?
Thing I've ever had to do in my life, certainly the hardest thing that I've had to do since I've been speaking out about people and speaking out about this system and trying to make some change in the world. So you can judge me however you want, but I just called it how I saw it, and I felt that I had a responsibility. But
you didn't call it how you saw it. You sat on it for months.
Illogical.
Yes, Spock, illogical.
Illogical.
Exactly, illogical. I just called it as I saw it. Why didn't I come out with this earlier? Because he was my friend. Well, you didn't call it as you seen it. You stopped, as your own words, you stopped the team out in him because he was your friend and you wanted to see if you would manifest a new legal opinion after you'd had a legal opinion telling you couldn't get the legal opinion you wanted. No consistency and no...
Illogical.
Yeah, logic. And the timelines are all fucked up. I sat in Acapulco for a couple of months, then met him in Philly, but the reason I just shoot from the hip and stuff.
...to do so. I've actually received...
I'll give you a very good example, right? It'll show you what a wee scumbag Kev Baker is, and it'll show you how much I speak to people that are close to me about genuine... all the devil's advocates, all the questions I have about personalities that I've met over the years. Like, back in the day when we were doing a radio show, Kev knew I was a fan of Freeman Fly, and I still am. I love his stuff, man. Esoteric stuff is amazing. So much knowledge and whatnot. Right? But, like, anyway... So back in the day, I was into Freeman Fly, and Kev was like, yes, he pulled these Illuminati strings and got him on one of our shows. I was like, shit, I hope I'm going to fucking interview Freeman Fly, brilliant. And then, previous to his interview, Freeman Fly, I had mentioned in conversations that I was like, maybe Freeman Fly's part of a conspiracy, because I was right into the free man on the land movement at the time. And I was thinking, well, people getting into the conspiracy stuff might hear Freeman, get into, type in Freeman, and then get Freeman Fly and go down the esoteric, head in the sky, never foot on the ground bull crap, rather than the Freeman on the land stuff. And I mentioned that to Kev Faker, right? Just as a week passing, I never even thought anything of it. I'm just like, maybe it's to Google wash the Freeman on the land thing, right? Just a wee bit of bull crap, things that go through my nut. And on the radio, you can go and find this, it'll probably be there, live. Me and Kev Faker, when we interviewed Freeman Fly, live on air, we Kev Faker brought that up with Freeman Fly in the room. That shows you what a wee rat and snake-like motherfucker that guy is, and how much he was trying to hang me out for his own amusement. Well, the shoe's on the other foot now, you wee rat. Anyway, sorry. So,
Dozens and dozens of thank you letters from people. I've received letters from people that have been involved in Ken's past fundraisers. I've received letters from people that are involved in this
past fundraisers,
this fundraiser. And a lot of people have thanked me for what I did and said that they wanted to say something, but they couldn't because they're a nobody and nobody would listen to them. And in fact, that the only person who probably...
I wonder. See all the blogs and all the people that were calling Ken O'Keefe a scam artist back in 2012? I wonder if any of those individuals has ever approached Max Igan and went, here, we've got something, maybe of some merit that you should have a look at, and the guy shut him down because he's involved in Ken O'Keefe and David Icke's pyramid scheme. Oh, and we'll get onto that as well, because Max Igan isn't a friend of David Icke.
Could have come out with this information is me. And so I did it. I don't really care what anybody thinks about me for doing so. But look, folks, all these...
But again, there's a distraction. I don't care what anybody thinks of me for bringing this information out. No, but the question is, Max, you were at it as well. Why did you sit on it so long? Why did you have doubts 2012 and then you're sitting 2016 going, Coattail Pro, if I went down the tunnel with you, did we get the tunnel knocked down? If that's going through your nut, what you doing jumping fucking... fundraisers for William.
These conspiracy theorists about, who I am and what I am and all this sort of stuff.
Listen to this. Get your small violins out. Think of the applied psychology. Think of somebody sitting here with a bit of paper and a script which you can tell is down to our left to his right hand side. You'll see it towards the end when he's talking about the OPPT, which I didn't know about, which was another Ponzi scheme Max promoted on his radio show. But anyway... So, let's listen to this. This is very important. And get your heartstrings out, your smallest violin in the world.
I'm a nobody, folks. I'm a guitar.
Nobody's questioning this about you, Max, at all. This is distraction. The genuine questions that people want answered are, why didn't you come out early? You're sitting saying 2 months in Acapulco, fly to Philadelphia, so on and so forth. And now you're bringing out your wooden leg, your glass eye, and your prosthetic arm to try and gain sympathy.
Player. My life was a train wreck until I was about 40, till my wife left me, and that's what really woke me up.
Is this the Jeremy Kyle show? Have I slipped into the Jeremy Kyle show? I thought we were talking about independent media here. Thought he was offering some clarity. This isn't clarity. This is your backstory to gain some sympathy, to hopefully sway some people on your argument, in my humble opinion.
And then
This is what I would be saying if I seen a politician rock up and do the exact same thing. Replace Max for Keith Vaz, or Vaseline, doing this crap. I would be analysing it and pulling it apart the same. So people out there go, oh, the infighting. See when you can't watch the watchers? Look who you can't criticise to figure out who's in fucking control. These people have said that, and then they're trying to create a wee circle jerk of nobody can criticise them, or you're kicked out the gang. Remember Alex Jones used to be that way? I remember when I first started my YouTube, you could not say a bad word about Alex Jones. The tirade of abuse you would get, and this is sort of a manifesting itself with these scam artists as well. And I'm calling them scam artists because I believe it was a scam, and they were all, well, especially Max, he exactly knew what was going on, in my humble opinion. Am I allowed to have an opinion, Max?
it took me about another 5 years to really claw myself back to any form of decency. And then I started speaking out and trying to really do the right thing with my life.
Right, great, mate. Honestly, nobody's questioning where you came from. Nobody's saying you're like pure grew in a laboratory next to Julian Assange in a secret Australian secret services flying the Rule Britannia laboratory. Nobody's saying saying that. You're the one that's trying to answer these conspiracies.
And anybody can do that. It doesn't matter what you've done. It matters what you do.
Right, and here's another good applied. Think of this. Break this down and think of this. This is applied psychology. What he's went from is he's went from talking about the situation, trying to answer questions, and now he's looking at the camera and talking to you and your heartstrings and going, look for the lion inside yourself.
Do from this point forth. That's what really counts. But I'm not anybody, folks. And all these rumours about this rumour, someone's put up there the picture of Ken and I and David Icke. Look at
Oh, no, bastard. Anyway.
them thick as thieves, you know. Thick as thieves, folks. You know, I've met David twice, David.
Well, what I'm saying is stand back and look at the whole truther industrial complex. Not just Max Igan and Ken O'Keefe and David Icke, the Richie Allen. Look at all the connections, just the same connections that exist with InfoWars, RT, the Breitbart, the Judge Report. Look at where they're getting all their information, all the regurgitation, the circles they're keeping you in, the campaigns they're getting you to donate in, the Ponzi schemes, the merchandise they're getting you to buy, the books they're getting you to read. Not just Max Igan, not just Ken O'Keefe, not David Icke, the whole truther industrial complex. Look at it as a whole, critically think about it and see what conclusions you come to, and see with all the scandal that comes out again, just like in politics, just like in the real media, and then look at the people that try and gatekeep you from asking questions.
I met him when he came to us.
Nobody needs to sling muck about these, I don't know, let's say Max Egan's a genuine guy, marriage broke down, ended up in the interwebs, and then, do you know what I think? I think he's a fallible human being like the rest of us, and not this wee shiny Mr. Perfect that he promotes time and time again on his YouTube and radio shows and whatnot, and then when he gets caught being a scumbag, he's got no defence because he's went up there and went, I'm all goodness and light. And that's what happens with all these people, like Kev Baker. Man, if you listen to him and you think he fucking shits out golden eggs, see if you ever heard him being himself. Who is this person? Probably like most of these people as well.
Australia, we went out to Ayers Rock because the guy who organised the tour organised for me to come along. And I met him again that day that photo was
Met him in Australia.
Taken with Ken and I. That was actually the first time Ken ever met David Icke. David was speaking.
So, okay, now remember Ken participated in the Ponzi scheme, the, what do you call it? The pyramid scheme of the TVP, the People's Voice of David Icke, who, by the way, learned these Ponzi scheme from Alex Jones, and it was David Icke and Alex Jones that were there were people before them, but they were the first ones that got a lot of traction. Alex Jones was brought to you by whatever right-wing radio over in America, and David Icke was brought to you by the Jesuit of Terry Wogan. Yeah, Terry Wogan was educated in a Jesuit university over in Ireland on the BBC. And there is the F.E.A.R. Industrial Complex completed yet again. Oh, and let's not forget Alex Jones has been on the BBC.
At the, I don't know what the venue was on Isle of Wight, and I was in England. It was in 2012. It was the first time I'd ever been to England. First time I'd ever actually met Ken O'Keefe, and I was staying at his house. And
yeah, I always stay at somebody's house the first time I meet them, but hey, nothing weird there.
David was speaking at the Isle of Wight. It was his preparation for his big gig.
And remember, Max Igan's a nobody. He's just a little guitar player that got lucky because he had a lovely, soothing, guru-like voice, and they offered him a radio show. He's a little nobody, just like the rest of us. Remember, he's just like me and you.
Wembley, I think. So I called him. I sent him an email. I said, David, can you put...
I called him. I sent him an email. Did you call him on the telephone, Max, or did you send him an email?
My name on the door with a couple of friends, and he did.
Yeah, I'm a nobody. Hold on, I'm just going to phone David Icke. Oh, David Icke, put my name on your door. What is it, Kips Clips? Piss off! Yes, Max, sorry, please tell us how you're a nobody and how you're not part of the David Icke Circle Jerk, because you've only met him twice. I mean, it's not as if you can communicate any other way now.
So I went along to the gig, and I saw the gig, and then I went backstage to meet him, and
you're a nobody. Every nobody gets backstage to meet David Icke.
Ken to meet him as well. That was the first time Ken ever met him, and someone snapped that shot. I think that's actually the last time. That was the second time that I ever met David Icke, and it's the last time that I ever met David Icke. It was the first time Ken ever met him, and we were backstage there talking to him for all of 4 minutes, I think. Yeah, thick as thieves, folks. Thick as...
Well, you're part of the industry, mate. Look at the books, look at the people's radio shows you go on, look at the books you sell. You are part of that big circle jerk. So... Not particularly you and David Icke, but the whole F.E.A.R. Industrial Complex, it genuinely looks that way.
Thieves. It's amazing what conspiracy theorists will do.
Yes, it's amazing what conspiracy theorists will come up with. Oh, you're going to start pissing off the people that follow you.
And what they'll come up with.
Yeah, don't come up with any conspiracy theories about him.
But folks, I did what I did.
It's amazing what these conspiracy theories will come up with. Talk about the government and all that. Just don't come up with any conspiracy theories about me. I am telling you the truth. Look, I'm looking directly into the camera.
Because I felt that I had to do it. And I really had no choice. And I did it the way I did because I really didn't think I had a choice in that either. You know, I just do things, folks. I just follow spirit.
Right, now, he just does things, he's dead spirituality. Now, let's roll on the anger and the evil.
How I do things, and if it feels right, I do it. And, yeah, it felt right, but it feels bad too. You know, I feel very, very bad for the pain that Ken is suffering.
Why would you feel bad about the pain that a person is suffering when they've been caught out in a pyramid scheme and you're calling them COINTELPRO? Yeah, I feel bad for all the COINTELPRO agents out there, Max, I really do.
And I don't encourage anyone to take any action against Ken. I don't encourage anyone to abuse him or to hate him or anything.
I encourage people to ask questions of both of them, but anybody that's retarded enough to resort to any sort of a violence or is just retarded, and to have to caveat yourself with that, I don't know. Sign of a sad world. Why would anybody want to go and commit violence against anybody for them being caught to be YouTube scam artists? I mean, see, in the grand scheme of things, it's $100,000, but it's 100,000 people, maybe a bit less, have donated. Let's say 500. Fuck, how many people? Let's say 50,000 people have donated. They're the ones that have learned a really good, a valuable lesson. That $1, that $12 is probably really valuable. It's going to save them a fortune in the future.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I don't hold grudges.
You're calling him COINTELPRO, mate, and you don't hate him. We get Gaza tunnels shut down. You shouted in Hamas's face, "Who is this guy? Who is this guy?" Right, so here is the two faces of this one guy.
Sorry for him. You know, I reached out to him and I told him that I would do this if he didn't do the right thing.
I reached out to him and told him I would do this if he didn't do the right thing. So, did he set up a scam or did he not, Max? if you set up a scam and you became aware of that scam and then you're saying, right, we'll do the right thing, how can you do the right thing if it's a scam? There's no consistency of thought, no consistency of where this guy's coming from. This is why it's taken them so long and so many different bullet points to try and explain his way out of this.
I told him that I would snap. I warned him that I was getting close to snapping.
Oh, and listening, people, and you, I don't know, listen to this, this is interesting.
And when I snap, shit just happens, folks. It just does, you know. But I don't encourage any bad action against Ken. And hey, you can think whatever you like of me, whatever gets you through. To be honest, I'm, you know, seriously thinking about packing it all in anyway. I can't really afford to do this anymore.
Oh, sorry, doing the violin when I should have been doing the heartstrings. And again, I would hate for this guy to disappear. There's so many people that I know that have gravitated towards the stuff and all that, right? And then he goes on talking about it. Well, he goes on and talks about how he's funded himself and all that. Nobody has a problem with people trying to make a career off of what they're doing. It's when it's misleading Ponzi schemes. It was Acapulco or something. He was talking about Philly and all that, flying round the world. I don't know, when lots of people that have tried to understand all this information from a lot of angles knew this was crap from the start, and you pretty much say that yourself. But anyway,
I've spent my entire life savings trying to wake the world up. I get a lot of complaints from people as well. Oh, look, he asked for donations. You know, folks, I did this for 8 years before I even...
Asking for donations is honourable. It's like busking. There's no deceit there. You like what I do, stick a few quid in the hat. This is how I operate. This is what keeps me straight in my head. And for me, it's enabled. This is how it works for me, and for others, think differently, so on and so forth. But this is where you know there's no. You're not compromised. You're not compromised. You're getting donations from people who are watching your content free. There's no middleman there. There's no, hey, I'm going to save you. I've got a lotion potion. There's no profiteering from, or there's no parting of people's money from preying on people's fears that have been ramped up since 9/11 by the alternative and mainstream media alike.
Set up that Patreon account for people to be able to offer regular subscriptions, and you still don't have to subscribe to get all the access of the website. You know, I've put a lot into it, and I've done what I can to try to wake the world up, but I don't have any resources left.
It was dead honourable, and it sounds, again, this is what I'm saying. I think Max is a normal guy. He's found himself on the interwebs, he's found himself with a following, he's fell into this, he's offered up the subscriptions, he's found a way to make a living, a more honourable living than I would argue you can elsewhere in a lot of other places. And then he's gravitated towards the Ponzi schemes and the big paydays and the travelling around the world, and so it just looks like he's a corruptible human being. And unfortunately, because he's painted himself as whiter than white, and it's now coming out that this guy ain't as white as he confesses to be, he's now going on damage control. Rather than just a fallible man, got a bit greedy. I'm doing good, so why can't I make £100,000?
I did have, you know, all my SGs, all my guitars, all my stuff, but I've sold it all. I've got rid of everything. And I've just lived off my savings and off the stuff that I've had for the last 8-10 years.
Right, he's lived off his savings and all the stuff he's had for the last 18 years. How much savings did you have, Max? And I don't know, because I come from a place where I literally, no assets, right? So, excuse my ignorance, I know a lot of people have a fucking wee things floating about and all that. How the hell do you live off your savings for 18 years, mate? How much savings did you have? There's a question I want, and I don't even need it answered actually, because I don't really care, but that's a question that bounces in my nut when you're up there talking about this stuff, and bringing up your X Factor backstory and stuff, and these are questions I genuinely have.
I've dedicated everything into trying to wake the world up, and it's been a full-time job. But now
Yeah, staying 2 months in Acapulco.
Now I've got nothing left. You know, all I can depend on is if people want me to keep going, if they do like the radio shows, if they want the films and they want me to...
He's getting worried he's going to lose his regular income because a lot of people are going to be looking at him and saying he was involved in the Ken O'Keefe scam. So he's going to lose his... he might lose some of his base income. And this is the damage control. I might just give it all in. I've sold all my guitars and all that. Why didn't you ask Ken to, like, put that in your wages?
Keep going. I need help. I need support. You know, I'm down to 9 stone now. I make a...
Listen to this. This is pathetic. Real. I'm down to 9 stone. I'm only eating a grape a day.
Enough money from the website to be able to pay my rent, put petrol in the car, and have about 4 meals a week.
4 meals a week.
And, you know, that's not really a lot.
Well, stop putting the petrol in the car and have 7 meals a week.
To ask, that's not really a lot. That's not really profiteering from anything. People ask, how does he get to travel all around the world and
Yep.
stay in all these exotic places? Well, the people who organise the gigs organise for me to fly there, folks, and they...
So what gig was in Acapulco and what gig was in Philadelphia? Right, there's 2 other questions we need answered, Max.
organise the accommodation, and most of them I don't even get paid for.
Most of them I don't even get paid for. Most of them. But you get your flights and accommodation taken care of, and I take it you take a packed lunch and it'll do you your whole trip then, Max.
You know, travelling's gruelling, folks. So let's say, hey, look at Max, he's on a world tour. Look at last year or this year. I went to Mexico, I went to Philadelphia, I went to Ohio, I went to London, and I went to Amsterdam, and I spoke in all those places. And that's gruelling.
Oh, yes, fuck me. And what I also done, spent a couple of months in Acapulco. While I was in Acapulco, by my own admission, the guy I just fell out with might have thought I was battering into his bird because I invited his bird to fly down to Mexico with some people I know. So who was paying for the trip for you and Ken's missus to fly down to Mexico to take ayahuasca, Max? There's another question that all these conspiracy theorists that you're now putting down want answered. I got 5 on it. Yes. Oh, it's so grueling travelling round the world and then speaking. Yes, so really grueling. It's a hard up life for us. It's a hard up life for us. True for industrial complex. Ah, shit, I couldn't make that rhyme.
Doing all that travelling is gruelling, and out of all those 5 places that I spoke in, I got paid once.
Yeah, but when I was in Acapulco, yeah, I get paid once. How much did you get paid? Was it a Hillary Clinton payment? $300,000 for maybe, or maybe that's saying something. I mean, yes, flying around the world and getting speeches is not a way to get compromised by people with lots of money. No, Max. Nothing wrong there. You know, I was speaking in Easterhouse the other day. I was speaking... Oh, man, give me a break, mate. Give me a break.
Once, folks. So it isn't like I do this and for wealth or anything like that. I do it and I go and speak to
But you're having to give up.
people because I think the message needs to get out there. You know, I really believe in what I say. I really believe that people can make a change if they choose to become empowered.
Yeah, if they choose to listen to me and empower Ken O'Keefe to take hundreds of thousands of pounds to pay a lawyer to try and free us from paying income tax. Not the realisation tax itself is just a retarded and we should scrap tax. No, let's find a legal remedy not to pay tax. Yay! I'm intellectually sound with this thinking.
And that's what it's always been about. Just respect people around you and stand up together and say, hey, enough is enough. We don't want this anymore, you know. But we're not doing that. We're too busy fighting.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're too busy asking people to pay £1 for gold coins to become a citizen of a place where we're going to ask a legal opinion to try and get us all exempt, you included, Max, from paying income tax. You know, that income that comes from your website that you're paying income tax on, that you would happily love to exempt yourself from. I mean, like, sorry, can I see the conflict of interests here?
amongst each other. And anybody who says, hey,
Yes, we shouldn't be arguing amongst ourselves. Join the cult and never question any member in the cult. Just sing Kumbaya and join the gravy train, people. Yes, okay, Max, there's so much infighting here. I think I won't put this out because I'm just going to start infighting instead of maybe people seeing the Truther Industrial Complex and all the shit that has kept a lot of people occupied and high on tangy tangerine for a long time.
need some unity so we can stand up together. Oh no, he's the New World Order. Everybody is attacked. Everybody is defamed.
Yes, all these people that are trying to get you to part with money to save you from the New World Order, who are part of the Truther Industrial Complex. Yeah, stay away from them. Good idea, Max.
Anybody who tries to create any type of unity at all.
Anybody who tries to get you to sign up and ask you for money in exchange for shiny gold coins and to pay lawyers, you know, the liars, you know, the corruption we're all aware of. Yes, stay away from the people.
Is classed as a shill or...
Yeah, shill, stupid, charlatan, scam artist. Yeah, pretty spot on, Max. But hey, don't question the shills because it creates ununity and we're never going to be able to unite as one big shill collective and keep people paying to become free.
New World Order. And if you don't believe in every single thing that I say, you're a shill. You know, we can't have any debate anymore. There's no debate on any...
Yeah. Don't fall out or asking questions in the mainstream media because we can't debate the truth movement. Right, hold on, you told people not to question the truth movement because we need unity, now you're telling we can't debate anymore. Cognitive dissonance?
Topics, you have to believe in every single point that everybody makes or you're a shill.
Yeah, I have to believe what you're saying or I'm a shill. Reverse psychology? I'm confused.
It's the new buzzword. It's unbelievable, folks. I mean, there used to be some sanity in this movement. There used to be some hope in this movement.
Yeah, there used to be unquestioning masses who would never question me when my jet-setting lifestyle, or people who continuously make money and lead nobody anywhere while the whole world burns around us. Yeah!
There used to be some direction, but now it's just a big mess of infighting.
Yeah, we can't have infighting, although nobody can have a debate anymore. Well, if infighting isn't people asking questions at each other and calling out all these Dabu 7, Itchy Richie, David Icke, Alex Jones, the Truther Industrial Complex, people who make a lot of money and lead people nowhere apart from Ponzi schemes time and time again and lotions and potions. Yeah, let's not have infighting.
And all I've really done with what I've done, folks, is open Pandora's box a little bit. You know, it's time to clean out the trash, it really is. It's time to start calling things for what they are.
But don't start infighting. Because everybody he says is in the truth movement and it's good, are good.
Sure, I don't want a witch hunt against Ken, and I believe questions should be asked and they should be answered and we should be given a rational opportunity
Just don't question Max.
to do that. But I did that with Ken. I gave him every opportunity to answer these questions and to just show us what this mission is. Because if we're supporting a mission and we don't know what it is, and it costs $12 each for everybody to sign up, and you want them to sign up more, and I can just see a lot of money being funneled into a situation where, okay, you know, this media hub that you always talked about that you want...
Media hub. Nobody's ever talked about a media hub before. Ken, Max. But yet, when you were asking him in Acapulco, what's all the money for? Maybe it was the media hub. Do you see how the sort of a truth comes out without them even knowing it because they have to babble so much fucking bullcrap to cover their ass?
...to set up on Dominica. You know, if that's what it was about, you should have said that in the beginning. You shouldn't have said it was to create a lawful contract and then, oh, well, now that we can't do that, we'll just get the numbers and we'll set this media hub up to do it. That isn't how it works, Ken.
And then you take 2 months of staying in Acapulco to tell everybody that it's a Ponzi scheme.
If you want to set the media hub up, you do the fundraiser to set the media hub up on Dominica. But you don't do what you've done. It's just not honest. There's no integrity there. I don't care what you say, there's no integrity there. And for you to have sent me that subversion report, I'm your friend.
I am your friend.
I'm your friend, man.
I am your friend. Looking at the camera.
We've done stuff together that I haven't done with anybody.
We've done stuff together.
F.E.A.R. It's fear porn, it's fear porn, come on. It keeps the cheese and the maze and the rats and the race and those peasants in the days like a hip up on the ace. It's fear porn, come on.
Keeps clear.